All right, so we're going to identify the types of angles. So we're going to look at angle 8, and we're going to look at angle 2. Now, if in doubt, if you don't know what type of angles those are, what can you do? What can you do to these angles? You can trace their sides. Remember that first day when we started to just look at them? What formed the two opposite V's? Pardon? Get your foldables out. The alternate exterior angles. So the first thing you're going to tell me, A, is that 8 and 2 are alternate exterior angles. I think you have to justify. I'm pretty sure you have to justify. I'll be really upset if I forgot to do that. Hold on, let's go look at this worksheet. So you're going to have a worksheet. There's some book problems also. Just don't assume that this is the only assignment. We need worksheets. This is parallel and lines in algebra number 1. Okay, there's number 1. So I'm going to repost this, and I'm going to put an A, B, C. I'm going to do justification, and then D, or maybe we could justify there. I'm going to put a C that's justification, write the equation, solve for X. And I've only asked you to solve for X. I haven't asked you to go any further on this one. All right, that's not working. All right, so let me bring up the notes. So we're going to justify. So they're alternate exterior angles. What do you know about their relationship? And actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to have you justify on B. I want the whole reason. What do we know about alternate exterior angles? You should have taken notes on this yesterday on your foldable. Okay, but what do you write? They're only equal when? If lines parallel, alternate exterior angles equal. That's what I've got to see. If you just tell me that they're equal, if that's all you tell me, that's an issue. So, based on this relationship, what equation for C now are you going to write? Jeff? What's our relationship?
Parallel.
They're more than parallel. If the lines are parallel, what then, after then, comes the relationship? What's the relationship? Are what? Equal. So what are you going to do with this expression and this expression? Correct. 4x minus 5 equals 2x plus 11. From here, you're going to solve. So we'll subtract 2x. So we get 2x minus 5. We'll add 5. 2x equals 16. We'll divide by 2. X is equal to 8. Now, I want you to find the measure of angle 3. Was this the way the test was worded? You found X, and for the most part, you had to go back and find something else. Let's go back and find, here's 3. Okay, 3 is related to whom? Three is related to 5. Let's look at the highlighted ones. 3 is related to 1, but 1's not highlighted. We've got to go with either 2 or 8 because that's what we've been given. So 3 is related to 2 how? How do you know they're supplementary? They're on a straight line, linear pair angles. So if you could find the measure of angle 2, will you be able to find the measure of angle 3? So now we're going to go and we're going to find the measure of angle 2 is going to be 2 times 8 plus 11, which is 16 plus 11, which is 27. Now, how do we get the measure of angle 3 if 2 is 27? Jennifer? Right. We know 2 is 27 degrees. So how are we going to get 3? What's the relationship? Okay, they're not in, no, they're not any of those. What are the angles that form a line and are next to each other called? This was on your last test. Devin? They're linear pair, meaning that they're supplementary. So we're going to say 180 minus 27 is going to be 153. Okay, let's do another one. What's 2 times 8? Okay, what I did is I substituted here because that's angle 2. Okay? Okay. Probably should have put it underneath. All right, here we go again. You ready? Now we're going to look at angle 4 and angle 5. Here is angle 5. Here is angle 4. If in doubt, trace the sides of 4 and then trace the sides of 5. All right? That forms a particular letter. If you're not sure, look at your foldable. Eric, what kind of angles are those? Where's your foldable? Yeah. Which ones form the letter either C or U? Same side interior. They're on the same side of the transversal. They're in between. So the justification for same side is if lines are parallel. Okay, how do we finish it, Sydney? Same side interior angles are supplementary. Or if you don't like supplementary, then you say add to 180, but you've got to associate the two. All right, so now we're ready to write an equation. What will this equation look like, Carlin? Right? Okay, what does this say? Right, plus 2x plus 9 what? Right. All right, it is step B that's going to tell you how to write that equation. All right, now, how do I start to solve this, Nick?
First you're going to add 2x and 6x.
Yes. And I'm thinking in this class that you all did that well on the test. What about my other one? Is that right? Okay. So now what are we going to do? Kayla Epps? Okay, we'll get 176. What's my next step? Moray? Right. Does this go evenly? 2 times is 16. I think it's 22. All right, so now we've got to go back and we've got to find the measure of angle 3. So measure of angle 3. Here is 3. And there's several ways you can look at this. Would someone want to tell me how 3 is related to either 4 or 5? Kayla? Yes? 3 and 5 are alternate interior, and what do you know about those measures? That they're equal. That's the easiest relationship to deal with. What else could you have said, Harper? You could have worked with 3 and 4 being supplementary. If you work with 3 and 4 being supplementary, you find 4, then subtract from 180. If you work with 3 and 5 being alternate interior, if you find 5, have you found 3? If they're congruent. So the measure, I'm going to go alternate interior. The measure of angle 5 is 2x plus 9. What is my x? 22. So I'm putting 22 in for my x. That's going to be 44 plus 9 is going to be 53. It is degrees. We measure angles in another way, and you get to, we always save that for trig. You get to experience that this year.
You did it with 4, would you still get the same answer?
No, because, yes, if I put 22 in here, I would get 12, I would get 132 take away 5, which is 127, but that's not my answer. Because remember, 4 and 3 were what? Supplementary. So now I'm going to have to say 180 minus 127, and that's going to be 3. That's going to be 7. 7 take away 2 is 5. See? I got the same answer.
For the last problem, like, either way.
Our last problem, 3 is not equal to 8. 3 is not equal to 2. So supplementary was our only option. We only had one way to go there. But usually you'll have more than one option. Okay, let's do another one. Now we're going to, now we're going to look at angle 7 and angle 3. Angle 7 and angle 3. If we were to trace the sides, okay, there's the side of 3. Here's the sides of 7. What letters formed? And so what makes an F? So our angles are corresponding angles. What is the relationship? If lines parallel, what do we know about corresponding angles? They're congruent. Based on that statement, Amanda, what is your equation that you're going to write? 9x minus 14 excellent. 2x plus 35. So now all we have to do is some equation solving. I'm going to subtract 2x. I'm going to add 14. So I'll end up with 7x equals 49. Oh, what a nice problem. So x is going to be 7. Now we're looking for 4. Here is 4. So I either have to relate 4 to 3 or 4 to 7. 4's inside, 7's outside. 4 is on the right. 7's on the right, 4's on the left. They don't correspond at all. What's the only thing I can do? Leslie? What's the only one I can work with? Yes. So I'm going to have to find the measure of angle 3 first. So that's going to be 2 times 7 plus 35, or 14 plus 35, or 49. Now, if this is 49, how am I going to get the measure of angle 4? Bree? What's the relationship? Angle 4. What's this relationship? Pardon? Is an obtuse angle congruent to an acute angle? What do the outside sides form? A line? Isn't that a line? So what kind of angles are they? Linear pair. What do you know about linear pair angles? No, they're not congruent because that's obtuse and that's acute. What's a straight angle? So what do these have to add to? Correct. So we're going to say 180 minus 49 is going to be 131. So it's all about identifying your angles, their relationship. You should have written on your foldable yesterday, I need all of this, because this is where we're headed in about 2 days. So we need all of it, and then you're going to solve. All right. Let's start the week out well with this homework completed. I do believe the worksheet that I put online does have the answers at the bottom, so you can check your work. But this is not all. I should say the worksheet is not the full A17. There's a few book problems. My guess is those book problems are going to be probably like the worksheet. Because I didn't give you any algebra yesterday. Well, that was new. Let's put it that way.